Did you know that almost 90% of travelers could access airport lounges but don't even realize it? Yep, that's right. Many people think lounges are just for first-class passengers or those with VIP status, but that's a huge myth. In reality, lounge access is more accessible than you might think, and it can completely change how you experience your time at the airport. Imagine relaxing with gourmet food, comfy chairs, and even private sleeping pods while the crowds rush by. In this video, we're going to unlock the secrets of airport lounges and show you how to take advantage of them. We'll dive into insider tips, the best lounges by airline, and clever tricks to skip the lines and get in. Plus, you'll discover how to access lounges for free or at a much lower cost than you might expect. Stay tuned for everything you need to know before you go. Chapter 1. The secret world of airport lounges. What they don't tell you: when most people think of airport lounges, they picture a quiet, cushy spot to escape the chaos of the terminal. But there's much more to lounges than just comfy chairs and free Wi-Fi. Airport lounges are a traveler's hidden treasure, offering exclusive perks that can transform your airport experience. From all-you-can-eat buffets to quiet rooms for relaxation, lounges are designed to make your journey feel smoother. Surprisingly, many people don't even know they have access to lounges. Over 90% of travelers could gain lounge access through credit cards or loyalty programs and never realize it. In fact, lounges often have premium services that can make long layovers more enjoyable. For example, some lounges offer spa treatments, private sleeping pods, or even showers to freshen up between flights. When you're tired of the hustle and bustle, these quiet zones offer a calm escape. You can also find lounges with stunning views of the tarmac, perfect for plane lovers. Many lounges are located near gates with scenic spots, so you can relax while watching planes come and go. Another perk of lounges is the food. Forget those overpriced airport meals. Many lounges provide gourmet food, whether it's sushi in Japan, local delicacies in Europe, or fresh fruit and pastries in the USA. 2019 survey revealed that 67% of loungegoers listed food quality as a top reason for choosing a lounge over the crowded terminal. So, next time you're hungry, head straight for the lounge. You may find an entire spread of delicious meals and snacks that'll keep you full until your next flight. Chapter 2. Is it worth it? Decoding lounge access fees versus freebies. Are airport lounges worth the cost? The short answer: it depends on how you travel. Lounge access can sometimes feel like a luxury, but with the right strategies, you can score a pass without spending much. Access typically ranges from $25 to $75 per visit, but you might find cheaper options if you know where to look. For instance, many credit cards offer free lounge access as a perk. Cards like the Chase Sapphire Reserve or Platinum American Express include access to over 1,200 lounges worldwide. Another way to get lounge access is through airline loyalty programs. For frequent flyers, airline status can unlock free access to lounges. Did you know that American Airlines AAdvantage members can enter lounges just by reaching certain status tiers? If you're not a frequent flyer, consider signing up for a credit card that partners with an airline. For example, the Citi AAdvantage Executive World Elite MasterCard lets you into Admirals Club lounges, perfect if you travel with American Airlines often. But let's not forget the power of day passes. Many airlines and independent lounge operators offer one-time access for travelers who need a break from the terminal. These passes range in price, but often include food, drinks, Wi-Fi, and more. However, before purchasing, check if you can use rewards points or airline miles to cover the cost of access. Many travelers don't know that their accumulated miles can be spent for lounge visits, which could save them money in the long run. Now, let's talk about the freebies. While not every airport lounge is free, some lounges offer complimentary access to certain travelers. For example, veterans of the military can often access certain lounges with their ID at no cost. Additionally, some international airports provide lounge access to anyone flying business or first class. If you're traveling internationally, check if your ticket includes lounge benefits. Many airlines worldwide offer this as part of their premium services. Chapter 3. Lounge Wars. The best and worst lounges by airline. If you think all airport lounges are the same, think again. Lounge experiences vary greatly depending on the airline. Some airlines go all out with premium services, while others might leave you wishing you stayed in the terminal. Let's look at some of the best and worst lounges by airline, so you know exactly where to spend your time. First on the list is Qatar Airways Al Morjan Business Lounge at Hamad International Airport in Doha. This lounge is a traveler's dream. With a spa, game rooms, private sleeping pods, and even an infinity pool overlooking the tarmac, it's a 5-star experience. According to Skytrax, it's regularly rated one of the top airport lounges in the world. And let's not forget their exceptional dining options. Whether it's a buffet or a la carte, you'll never go hungry. Emirates takes luxury to another level with its first-class lounge in Dubai. With private suites, a cigar lounge, and even a shower area, it's designed for travelers who expect the best. They've gone so far as to include a luxury shopping experience within the lounge. You can shop for high-end watches and jewelry without ever leaving the lounge. Talk about convenience. But not all lounges are created equal. The American Airlines Admirals Club lounges, while decent, sometimes fall short compared to their international counterparts. They offer standard amenities like snacks, drinks, and Wi-Fi, but they often lack the same luxury vibe. According to a survey by LoungeBuddy, 57% of travelers ranked American Airlines lounges as just okay, not bad, but not stellar. And when it comes to budget airlines, lounges can be disappointing. For example, many Ryanair and EasyJet lounges in Europe are small, cramped, and often lack high-end amenities. Travelers who use these lounges often report that they're more like glorified waiting rooms than true relaxation spaces. With minimal food options and little room to unwind, you're better off heading to a cafe in the terminal if you're flying with a budget airline. When choosing a lounge, it's also worth considering the size of the airport. Larger airports often have more luxurious lounges with plenty of space and amenities. Smaller airports, however, might have less impressive lounges, which means you'll need to adjust your expectations. Whether you're in Singapore's Changi or a smaller regional airport, knowing what to expect can make a big difference in how you spend your waiting time. In the end, it's about knowing which lounges are worth the investment and which ones you should skip. Don't just rely on the airport signs, do your research and decide which lounge is best for your travel style and budget. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more travel hacks and insider tips on airport lounges and beyond. Chapter 4. Beyond Snacks. What you can't miss in a high-end airport lounge. When you think of an airport lounge, you probably imagine free snacks and a quiet place to sit. But high-end lounges offer so much more. They're not just about sitting down and waiting for your flight. Some of the most luxurious lounges around the world have transformed the airport experience, offering incredible meals, drinks, and unique services that you might not expect. For example, Singapore Airlines Silver Chris Lounge at Changi Airport offers a private dining experience that feels more like a restaurant than a lounge. Travelers can enjoy gourmet meals like laksa, a spicy noodle soup, or premium sushi, prepared fresh by chefs on site. It's so good, in fact, that it has received praise from food critics as one of the best airport meals worldwide. In fact, according to a 2020 report from The Points Guy, 58% of travelers said they chose a lounge based on the quality of food and drink options. But it's not just about eating. Many lounges now feature self-serve cocktail bars where you can enjoy a drink while chatting with fellow travelers. The Lufthansa First Class Lounge at Frankfurt Airport, for instance, boasts a full bar with top-shelf liquors, wines, and exclusive cocktails. You won't find this kind of luxury in a typical airport cafe. In fact, some lounges even provide bartenders who will mix a custom cocktail just for you. Beyond food and drinks, many lounges are offering unique experiences that make the time spent waiting fly by. The Turkish Airlines Lounge in Istanbul, for instance, has a full cinema where you can watch the latest movies. Some lounges, like the Qatar Airways Al Morjan Business Lounge, even offer massage services to help you unwind. If you're lucky enough to find one with private sleeping pods, you can catch up on some much-needed rest before your next flight. But there are also lounges that surprise with their simplicity. For instance, the Alaska Airlines Lounge at Seattle-Tacoma International Airport is smaller than most, but offers one of the best views of the runway. Sometimes, it's the small things, like a beautiful view or a comfortable chair, that make the biggest difference in your airport experience. Chapter 5. How to skip the line. VIP Lounge Access Hacks. getting into an airport lounge isn't always as simple as showing up and hoping for the best. If you want to skip the line and access exclusive lounges, it pays to know a few strategies. There are multiple ways to gain access, and some don't even require you to be flying first class. For one, credit cards are a game changer when it comes to lounge access. Many premium credit cards, such as the Chase Sapphire Reserve or the American Express Platinum Card, offer complimentary access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. These cards come with hefty annual fees, but the value of lounge access alone can make the investment worth it. According to a 2021 survey by creditcards.com, 45% of travelers said credit card benefits were their primary way of accessing lounges. If you're not into credit cards, there are other ways to access lounges. Many airlines offer day passes for their lounges, which can be purchased directly through the airline or through independent services like LoungeBuddy. For instance, a day pass to the Delta Sky Club typically costs around $59. While this might seem expensive, it can be worth it for the comfort, food, and privacy you get. Plus, you don't have to be a frequent flyer to take advantage of it. Another hack involves airline status. If you frequently fly with a particular airline, consider joining their frequent flyer program. Status members, even those with mid-tier levels like silver or gold, often receive lounge access as a benefit. For example, British Airways offers lounge access to Gold Executive Club members, regardless of whether they are flying business or first class. It's a great way to get VIP access without having to book an expensive ticket. If you're not loyal to any particular airline, another strategy is using alliance memberships. Airlines often work together in global alliances like Star Alliance, Oneworld, and SkyTeam. This means that if you're flying with one airline in the alliance, you can access the lounge of another airline in the same group. For instance, if you're flying with Air Canada, you can visit lounges operated by United Airlines or other Star Alliance members, even if you don't have status. One additional tip? Look into lounge programs offered by independent companies like Priority Pass. This membership gives you access to hundreds of lounges across the globe for a set annual fee. For travelers who fly often but not always on the same airline, this is a valuable way to gain access to lounges without needing to be a frequent flyer of a particular carrier. Chapter 6. The Hidden Hacks, Lounge Etiquette and Unwritten Rules. It's not just about knowing how to get into an airport lounge. There's also a certain etiquette to follow that ensures you're not a nuisance to fellow travelers. Navigating these unwritten rules can make the difference between an enjoyable visit and a stressful one. One of the most important things to remember when using a lounge is to respect personal space. Lounges are meant to be quiet and relaxing, but they can get crowded during peak travel times. If you see someone already settled in a seat, don't assume it's okay to take it without asking. Always look for an empty spot or ask if a seat is free before sitting down. Another key rule is to be mindful of your belongings. In a busy lounge, it can be tempting to claim a table or chair by piling your things on it. However, this is frowned upon, as it can block others from finding a seat. If you leave a table, don't leave your bag or jacket behind as an anchor. It's a common courtesy to make space for others, especially during peak times. Lounge staff are there to help, but it's important not to abuse their kindness. For instance, while some lounges offer complimentary food and drinks, it's not an all-you-can-eat buffet. Avoid taking large portions and hoarding food at your seat, as this is inconsiderate to others who may want to enjoy the same options. Lounge food is meant to be shared and enjoyed in moderation. When it comes to using the lounge's facilities, like the showers or rest areas, be aware of time limits. Some lounges have a set time for shower usage, often about 30 minutes. If you're using a private sleeping pod, remember that other travelers might be waiting for their turn. Set a timer for yourself to avoid overstaying and inconveniencing others. Finally, one of the unwritten rules is to limit loud conversations. If you're traveling with friends, remember that the lounge is a shared space. Keep voices down, especially when on the phone. Some lounges, especially business class lounges, offer designated quiet zones. Take advantage of these areas if you want peace and quiet. By understanding these simple rules, you can ensure a smooth and enjoyable lounge experience for yourself and others. Whether it's respecting others' space or being mindful of food, a little etiquette goes a long way in making your time in the lounge much more pleasant. Don't forget to subscribe for more helpful travel tips and hacks. Happy travels!